Hello, beautiful people. This is Bart from Coding into Health. Welcome back to another episode of The Science of Pranayama, written by Sri Swami Sivananda. Enlightened Master? Look him up if you do not know him. Okay, let's dive into the book about pranayama or breathing techniques. As you can see in front of me, there's a person sitting. This is what the video is going to be about. What are the chakras? What are the meridians? How do they intertwine? How does Kundalini relate to these things? And how do we purify? But that will be actually covered in depth in another video. So as you can see, we have on this picture the main energy centers, the chakras. But we also have three very important meridians or Nadis. We have Ida and Pingala that are traveling here, sideways, across, and in between the chakras. And then we have also Sushumna, which is going straight upwards in a vertical motion from the anus to the back of the head. Let's see what all this means for you. So Ida and Pingala are the two Nadis or meridians that are very important to understand, and here's why. They are the left one is called Ida and the right one is called Pingala. They're Nadis which carry subtle tubes of prana. They're subtle tubes that carry energy, life force, prana. Now this is very important to understand. The moon, the feminine, the yin, the water, moves through Ida, which is the left channel, and also the left nostril. While Pingala, the right channel, the right nostril, is associated with sun, heat, warmth, masculine, yang. Yeah, exactly. Okay, so, but this is also very important. In most people, Ida and Pingala will be active. Either Ida, either Pingala, but not Sushumna, because Ida and Pingala are of the material world. They are of the physical world. They are of the world bound by time. While Sushumna is not bound by time. In other words, it's portraying the spiritual world. That's why they say Ida and Pingala indicates time, whereas Sushumna, the central channel, is the consumer of time. Okay? Sushumna is the most important of all the meridians, of all the nadis, when it comes to spiritual progress. Okay? It runs along the center of the spinal column from the anus all the way up to the back of the head. There are about 72,000 nadis in your body, from which 72 are known, and from which 10 are important, or important enough that they have been studied. Let me say it like that. Kundalini passes through the central meridian of Sushumna. That is in the ideal scenario, but that will not be the case for most people, because you have to work towards that scenario. You have to purify Ida and Pingala and all of the energy centers, and when that is purified enough, Sushumna becomes active, and the Kundalini will be able to rise upwards through the Sushumna, through the central channel. Okay? Now, how do we produce that fire, that heat from the Kundalini? Well, that is basically described right here. The practice of kumbhaka, or breath retention in breath work, produces heat. And thereby Kundalini is awakened and starts to pass upwards along the central channel, Sushumna Nadi. Now he goes on to describe Kundalini as a serpent. Because, let's face it, Kundalini is seen as a snake, as a serpent. So when Kundalini is awakened, it hisses like a serpent, like beaten with a stick. and it enters the central channel. Then it travels from chakra to chakra, layer after layer. The mind becomes open and the yogi acquires various siddhis or psychic powers. Isn't that amazing, guys? By the way, if you have enjoyed it so far, please consider leaving a thumbs up or even a subscribe. Let's move on to the chakras, which are very important pieces of the puzzle as well. Chakras are the centers of spiritual energy. They're centers, they're circles, swirling motions in the front and in the back. There are about 6 major important chakras, actually 7. So the first one is the Muladhara, or the root chakra, has 4 petals, which is at the anus. You have the sacral chakra or Svadhisthana chakra, has 6 petals at the reproductive organs. Then you have the Manipura at the navel, the Anahata or the heart chakra at the heart, Visuddha or throat chakra at the throat, Ajna or brow, third eye chakra here at the center of between the eyebrows basically. And then we have the crown chakra or Sahasrara chakra, which is described as 1,000 petals. This is an image of the Muladhara chakra, and you can clearly see it has 4 petals. There will be the colors red and yellow. There is the Kundalini coiled up. And there's also the downward facing triangle. This is important to understand, which is the purification of the nadis. But as I said before, we will discuss that in another video because it's a very in-depth topic that I want to cover a little bit deeper than now. So that's actually it, guys. We have described the 3 central nadis, the 3 most important nadis. We have discussed that they are channels that prana flows through. We have also discussed that we have the Sushumna, which is the central meridian where the Kundalini passes through. But before the Kundalini can pass through the central nadi from the anus to the back of the head, there needs to occur a certain purification first. Purification of Ida, purification of Pingala, and the purification of the chakras. As soon as all the 7 chakras and Ida and Pingala have been purified to a certain degree, Sushumna, the central nadi, becomes active and Kundalini will have a chance of traversing through that central channel, opening up all the layers of the mind one by one, granting you psychic powers. But that's a journey. It's a journey, it takes time, takes dedication every single day, months, years on end. That's it, guys. If you have enjoyed this video, please leave me a thumbs up, subscribe, by all means share it with a friend, or comment something down below.